And welcome to SiteFlame. In this video, we're going to talk about planning your website. And this is a really exciting part in the process because if we think about everything that we've covered so far, we've thought about the needs of our business in terms of what we need to get from our website and what our users need to get from our website. We've kind of talked around some goals and really established, specifically from those needs, what are some goals and some tangible things that we can kind of think around in terms of what success looks like for our business. And we've talked around our competitors, and we've thought about who they are, what they're doing, and we've even thought about hopefully other websites and other businesses that aren't direct competition to ours that we can learn from, so we can see what we can be doing better and how we can best be using the tools and resources and current kind of thinking out there, not just from a website perspective, but also from a social and a search perspective, to help our users interact with us and achieve their goals through our website and that kind of wider online conversion and lead experience. We've spoken about our users and tried to get a little bit more in depth about who they might be, either in real terms, in terms of going out and talking to those users as real people, or actually just thinking about them in terms of real people, who they are, what their fears might be, what their needs might be, and what types of things might give them real value in the greater context of using our website to kind of convert and become a customer. So now we start to talk about, what's that plan for our website? How do we kind of bring everything together into something really cohesive so we can put a great bit of work into doing content for our website, so we can define what those pages are and what that content hierarchy is going to be in a way that's going to help our business achieve our goals while we're also helping our users achieve their goals. So we're doing it so it's really complementary, so we can make sure that we're getting some real results from the work that we're doing. So at this stage, we really want to start thinking about, okay, what pages are we going to be having on our website? Now, most websites will have that home page, that about us page, services page, and a contact us page, but there's so many other pages that we can have as well. We can have products on our website, we can have individual product pages, we can have a blog, we can have news, we can have articles themselves, we might have forms so people can request a quote, we might have things about our team, resources. There's just so much content that we can be having on our website, and hopefully through doing our competitor research and really thinking about what our users want to achieve, we've had some thought about what pages we might want on our website. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these types of pages, but I'm going to give you two examples, one of the home page and one of the services page, so we can really start to think about, what type of thinking goes behind planning a website page and the content that might go into that type of page to get results and to make sure that we're delivering on those business and user needs. So to start off with, we're going to talk about the homepage. And the first thing about that homepage is let's remember what those business and user goals were. And this is where we kind of take those business needs, user needs, the competitor and user research to create some really clear business objectives for each page. So on the homepage, I've put together two. So the first business objective for this homepage, and yours could be different, it's really based on those goals and needs, is our business objective on the homepage is to give users a positive introduction to our company, outline the services we offer, and get users to request a free quote. Now, as a business, that's really impactful because we have three things that we can kind of focus on to make sure that we're helping our business achieve our goals of making sure that we're giving users a positive introduction to our company. So giving them some really clear information, making sure they know exactly who we are, making sure they know exactly what we do through those services that we offer, and a clear call to action. We want people to request a free quote on our website. And then from our users' perspective, we're saying our users' objective will be to see if our services are right for them and that we feel like a trustworthy company. So in terms of making sure that our services are right for them, we can already start to think about what sort of content we might be offering them as well. Some services in terms of a list or some text, maybe some examples of kind of those services that we've done. In terms of being trustworthy, some reviews. Those examples of the work that we've done are really good, case studies, things like that. So we can already start to think around, some content and some pages again that, might be really valuable on our website. So the next thing after we've kind of thought about what those objectives might be is thinking around how are we actually going to measure what success looks like on that page? And this will be how we define if that page is delivering the results we want and getting conversions. Now, as I've mentioned, a website is a conversion tool. It's not a visibility tool. So we can't measure a website by how many people are visiting that website. We can't say this website is failing because no one's visiting it. What we can say though is this website is not being successful because the people that are visiting the website aren't taking the actions that we want them to take. So there could be a number of reasons why that's happening, but that is really the only way that we can measure the success of our website. Now we can have some conversation around SEO and how search engine optimization might mean that you could possibly say that our website's not successful because there's no traffic coming to our website, not even any organic traffic. That's a different conversation. But when we're talking about how will success be measured on the website, we're really talking about, when we are getting users to that website, are they going through those funnels that we want them to and getting to the outcome that we want? So for this example, we're going to say we will measure success on this page through two things. First, the number of people that request a quote on the homepage, and second, the number of people that will view our services for more info. So when people are going to the website to see if our service is right for them, we're going to give them a bit of information, but we can't maybe fit all of the information on those services on the homepage. So we want them to click through to more services and find out more information. And then the second part of that is we want to make sure that, when people are going through that or even on the homepage, they're clicking request a quote. So if they see all of the information that's really important and value to them, and they just want to request a quote and see what the price is, we want to make that really easy for them. So we've got two really good success measures, and these are definitely things that we can measure through Google. Following that, we want to think around, okay, so these are the goals that we want to achieve. These are our business objectives. These are our success measures. What type of content structure might we want to have on the website from our to try and start to enable that experience? And hopefully our competitor research and some of our thinking around our users will help inform some of that. And if you haven't had a look at other websites around how are they putting content together in order to enable one of these experiences, then go have a look now. There's never any harm in going back and having a look at what other people are doing, not just in your industry, but think about similar industries as well. If you're a builder, look at a kitchen studio company. If you're a shoe company that sells shoes, look at a t-shirt selling company. Think about other businesses that are really leading the way in your industry so you can see how they start to do this sort of stuff. So for us, what I've put down here is on this homepage, we want an introduction or a hero image, and we really want that to talk to, who we are, and we want to make it a positive introduction. So usually when we're making it a positive introduction, we're talking about the user. So if we're doing a shoe company, we'd say, what would we say? We might say something like, your feet are our business. We want to make it all about them. So we want to tell our users that, we care about them. We care about their feet. We want it to be a positive introduction. So we want a beautiful hero image there as well. Next, we want a bit of an about us paragraph. We want to tell them a little bit about us. We think, from our perspective, our users want to qualify us in. They want to know that we're trustworthy. So we're going to put an about paragraph up there somewhere. We want to list out our services so people know that they're in exactly the right place. We know that our users want to see our services, and we want to put up some examples of our work as well, possibly a slider we're thinking here or some sort of way that people can see the amazing work that we're doing. And then we kind of want to get into some testimonials. So we want to make people click on that request a quote thing as quickly as possible, and we want to make sure that they trust us. So if we can have a couple of testimonials up there, maybe even one, and link away to where we've got that testimonial from, hopefully we should be able to build some of that rapport. So finally, when people have gone through all of that content, they can request a free quote. And just as a side, just because we've put this page structure out there like this, it doesn't mean we can't have this call to action request a quote somewhere else on the page as well. Like potentially, we have that introduction, that hero image, that about us paragraph, and those services with the link away. Well, we could also have a link away that's, view more of our services or request a free quote right now. Then go through some more content and lastly request a free quote again. So as we can see, there's a bit of background thinking that goes into, this page structure. And one of the big mistakes that people make if they're going to build a website for the first time is not doing this background thinking to start putting that structure together in a really informed way. Because this is the stuff that, if you're doing marketing and you're telling people we make the best shoes in the world, when they come to your homepage or they come to the page on your website you're directing them to, they're going to have key beliefs, and the better we are at answering those key beliefs and objections and structuring our content, the more likely we are going to be to get that conversion and turn that lead into a sale and create value from all the hard work that we're doing about our marketing. The next thing that we're going to talk about here is the services page, and the services page is the next kind of step in the process, and we've got some business objectives around that as well. So our business objective for that services page is to help users find more information about a particular service they've seen on the homepage, to find out more information about it and request a free quote. So as a business, we really want people to continue on that process and qualify us in or qualify us out. I mean, there could be any number of reasons why they'd qualify you in as a business. Once they get to this step or qualify you out, it might be that there's a particular service within that subcategory of services that they want to make sure that you do, or they just want to find out how you do it or what your process might be as well. The user objective is to really, find out that more specific information. So say that you're a building company and you say that you do sheds. Well, they click into the services around sheds and they do a bit of a read up and they find out, maybe what types of sheds that you do, how you do it, how long it's going to take, or how they can even go about finding more information about that service as well. And then if they're interested and they think they've found the information that they want, then they'd be looking to kind of get in touch. So we can kind of see here how we've got that business objective and that user objective and how they're even at this kind of level starting to kind of work and sync together. And so the next thing that we kind of talk around this as well is like how success will be measured. So if we kind of talk about the services page, we've thought about how we'll measure success here, and what we're thinking is we'll measure success through two things. First, the length of time people spend on this page reading about our services. So we want to make sure that people are getting engaged, they're finding the amount of information that they want, and they're spending like at least 30 seconds on their page. If they're bouncing from there really quickly, then we know that they're not finding the information that we want, and potentially either we want to add more services information or potentially even talk to some real users, lead them through the process and find out what might be missing. And then the next thing that we want to do is we want to measure our success by how many people that visit this page take a follow-up action, and that could be clicking on something like request a quote or maybe even contacting us. And so just like the home page, we want to outline that content structure. And so on this page we want to have a nice big title, our services, make sure people know exactly where they are, list out the particular services and the detail around those services, and whatever way that might be. We don't have a design for this, but we could have 10 services that require a heading and some service details. So we've kind of called that out, and then what we're thinking is if people are kind of reading about our services, maybe this is another really good place to just reinforce some examples of our work and make sure that people can request a free quote. So as we can see, everything's really starting to come together now. We're starting to think about, those particular objectives and how they impact each page. And we're starting to lay out some of that structure and have some thinking around how we want people to progress from point A to point B, to go through that conversion cycle and come out the other end as a qualified lead or a qualified conversion. So the next thing that we're going to talk about in the next video, and this is really exciting, is we're going to take that thinking and we're going to talk about how we turn that into some page content that is of really high value and expands upon the simple list that we've done previously. So really excited about that, and we'll see you in the next video.